And we're going to talk about, at first, the different 7 common rock-forming minerals, and then we're going to talk about the different groups of minerals. So these are the 7 common rock-forming minerals. What that means is these are the ones that are most commonly found in rocks. And the rocks that they're commonly found in are all 3 different types of rocks. So the first one is the mineral olivine. Olivine always has this olive green color. You get very small crystals. The color actually is its diagnostic characteristic. It doesn't have any cleavage because it's an isolated or an independent silicate tetrahedra. The next one is pyroxene. Which is your, from the pyroxene group, is your single chain silicate. It has the 2 planes of cleavage at 90 degrees. The next one is hornblende. Hornblende is an amphibole. Once again, it has 2 planes of cleavage not at 90 degrees, which is 120 and 60. Then we have biotite. Biotite is your sheet silicate. We have potassium feldspar or K-spar. So this is your framework or framework silicate. So it's pretty hard. It has 2 planes of cleavage at 90 degrees. Feldspars also have these little veins in them, or potassium feldspar does. It looks like it has veins. It also has what's known as striations, which are little grooves on the surface, which in this picture you can't see. Here is plagioclase. Pretty much at this stage, plagioclase is plagioclase. As long as it's plagioclase, we're not going to really focus on the solid solution series. You wouldn't do that until, if you were a geologist, you got into petrology. And this is quartz, which is also your framework silicate. And this last one is actually not a silicate. Calcite. Calcite's found in limestone, which is one of a very abundant sedimentary rock. But if you notice, 6 of the 7 common rock-forming minerals are silicates. So calcite is the only one that is not a silicate. Okay, so this next picture is just once again showing you your feldspars. Remember, plagioclase is a group. Within the group, there are species. Feldspar is the group. So within the group, there are species. You have plagioclase and you have potassium feldspar. Then within the species, you have variations. So these are showing you a couple of variations of plagioclase feldspar, which is solid solution series. Down here, these are potassium feldspar variations. This is microcline. This is potassium feldspar. You can see it looks like it has these little veins in it. Plagioclase can have the veins too, but the striations on plagioclase are usually much easier to see, and they're just very tiny grooves on the surface. One thing to note, the group all has similar characteristics that they're, like in this case, these are all framework silicates. They all have 2 planes of cleavage at nearly 90 degrees. So those things link the groups together. Then plagioclase has a variation in composition, but the general composition is the same. And then the same thing for potassium feldspars. The composition varies a little bit. That's what gives you the species. But the general characteristics of the mineral is the same. Like color can vary, but all the other properties will remain the same. The hardness, the cleavage planes, the luster, all those other things will remain the same.